I mute this? I think I did. Hello, everybody. Hi, guys. Welcome to Ruby Q Crafts book club. Yes, book club. Welcome to Ruby Q Crafts book club. I have like so many things going on my channel. True crime, book club, regular crafting. Well, today is Tuesday. So that means that we are going to be discussing the chapters that we read, which should have been 11 through 20 of The Wife Upstairs. Sandra, hey. Danielle, hello. Hello, hello. Yeah, so I don't like Eddie. Eddie's pissing me off. And at this moment, I feel like Jane deserves what is coming to her. Am I right? Am I right? And as always, I also took my notes. So I tried to make them short, but it just did not happen. Okay, I tried, but it didn't work. Because there's a lot to go through, or there's a lot to discuss. So I'm going to wait just a little bit to see who else comes on, or who else is going to be in here. Naomi, hey girl, I hope your headache went away. So yeah, if you are joining us, I try to be very descriptive. So if you did not buy the book, if you did not borrow the book, if you're not even reading this book, it's okay, because I kind of give like summaries of each chapter. I know Jer Bear was in here, and I know he's not reading the book, but he knows what it's about. Java, hello. Bonnie, hi. Lurking and working, trying to finish this Chuck. Angie and Oliver is coming tomorrow. I'm joining the Hanathon. Awesome. Joanna, hi. Crafting with Shay. What's up, Shay? Sandra West, hello, hello. Okay. Are you guys ready to discuss these chapters? Let me know. Yes, the book is it's pretty interesting, right? It's getting cray-cray. But like I said, I think that Jane deserves whatever's coming to her. Yes, I agree, but I want to know something was going on with Eddie and Blanche. Just saying, is that why Eddie killed her? Yes, exactly. Maybe she threatened him and he was like, oh, okay, you want to go there, bitch. And then he killed her. There's a lot, though. There's a lot more to just Blanche and Eddie. I feel like I'm starting to think that I was calling her Bay, but her name is actually B, okay? I'm starting to think that B is crazy, okay? Catherine. All right, let's start. Chapter 11. She walks her dog to get the attention of the ladies who also walk their dogs. Those ladies being Emily and Campbell. They're like the chatty broads, right? She knows their routine, it seems, and she bumps into the two women. That is when they find out she is dating Eddie. Emily then invites Jane to her house to converse about it. While she is telling them about her and Eddie, she knows she has to act shy as to not give away the real reason why she is with them. Hello, money. She wants to be accepted by these women. Jane learns about the beautification committee in this chapter. Which, guys, that's so stupid. The beautification committee is so dumb. Do you guys have anything to say about chapter 11? Let me know. Chapter 12. Let's see, I'm here to support my sister not reading the book, though. Thanks, Jeremy. I was literally just talking about you. I was like, Jeremy comes in here and he knows what the story's about, and he doesn't even read the book. He hasn't even read the book. He hasn't purchased the book. Thank you so much, Jeremy. The voices of the neighbors on audiobook is so cool. Girl, let me tell you. Oh my God, it is. Like so usually I listen to it when I'm taking a shower, and it's so obnoxious. Like, they'll be like, oh my God, Jane. mean. And I'm like, dude, do you really have to like talk that way? Can you just be a normal narrator? Like, why are you, what? You're too animated. Stop. You're making me feel uncomfortable. Naomi says, Campbell seems very snotty, where Emily seems a little more nicer. Yes. Okay, chapter 12. We see Jane at Home Depot about to spend 1,023, oh, 1,000 $1,023, right? Yeah. And 78 cents on solar lamps. Why? Because she volunteered to get them. Okay, she was like, hey, I want to be part of you guys. Wait, you guys need lamps? I'll buy them. And then she realizes, like, oh shit, you're not giving me the money for it? Damn. So she has to use Eddie's credit card, guys. Like, what the fudge? Okay, so this girl is spending all of Eddie's money without a care in the world. She does regret asking about the committee and offering help, and shit gets crazy when she finds John the creep calling after her. So she's at I believe she is in the parking lot, and John comes out of nowhere. You know, John Rivers, the fucking guy she used to like roommate with, the creep. And he tells her that she got a phone call, but under the name Helen Burns. So this phone call that he received, they were like, is a Helen Burns there? And he was like, I don't think I know that person, right? So let me see. Pause. Remember that she changed her name, okay? So what is Jane hiding, and why is she so afraid? Anyway, so John starts to harass Jane, and he mentions that the guy on the phone asked him to call him back if his description of this Helen jogged his memory. He is telling Jane all this, so Jane gives him some money she has been saving for a while to shut him up. Gets in her car and leaves. Okay, so right here it says, go to page 85, last sentence. Okay, let me go to page 85. I swear I hate John so much. He's such a dick. Let's see, 85. Let's see. She says, so she's tripping, right? She's having a panic attack. And then she says, but I should have remembered that no place was ever safe. No person was ever safe except Eddie. I remind myself, Eddie is safe. Thornfield Estates is safe. You're safe now. But I checked my rearview mirror the whole drive home. Okay, so I said check page 85 because like it made me laugh when she was saying that Eddie was safe, because I'm like, bitch, do you even know what he did? I was like, that sucks for you. Same here to Jeremy. I am only reading the book through Ruby's words. Awesome, guys. Thanks for the support, guys. I think John went through her stuff she left behind and that no one really called, and now he's just blackmailing her. Do you think so? Yeah, because how would they know? Well, I mean, maybe, did they say that they called a house phone or something and he was like her, you know? I don't know. He's just an asshole, okay? So she's tripping balls. All right, chapter 13. Let's see. Okay, so she's hanging out with Campbell and Emily, I believe, and they're just talking, right? And they're asking her, I believe, about her life or something, and then they tell her like, well, he should just marry you, you know? And Jane realizes that she will get nowhere with the girls and the estate or whatever unless she is engaged with Eddie. So she gets the seed planted in her brain, and she's like, hold on, I'm not going to be nobody. I'm not going to go anywhere unless I marry this guy, right? So now she's like, how can I get him to marry me like ASAP, or propose at least, okay? She's fucking crazy. Let's see. Java says, I feel like by giving him money to begin with, she gave away that he was onto something. Exactly. Naomi says, I don't think Eddie is as safe as she thinks. Dumb bitch. I know, she's so stupid. I hate her. Usually I don't hate the main character, but I hate her so much. She's like such an idiot. Okay. Chapter 14. She begins to study Eddie to see if there are any signs of him proposing to her in the future, right? They are both home, and she mentions a pedicure. Like, really? Are you that fucking desperate? Anyway, she waves her hand at him, and he mentions a place in town, and she responds, is that where B went? Which is kind of awkward because, like, why would you say that to him, right? Like, why would you be like, did your dead wife go there to get her pedicures done? She then turns, like, really feminist on him, and because he says all the girls go there. And she didn't like that. She was like, excuse me, you mean women? Um, then she tells him that she isn't like the other woman and that he basically got her out of the trash. Okay, she didn't say like you got me out the trash, but she was like saying that her life is nothing like, you know, Emily and Campbell and all these rich bitches, right? And I don't know why she's doing this, but she's just saying all this stuff to him. So he says he doesn't want her to be like them, and she thinks he is going to propose in that moment, but he doesn't. And then we find out that she really actually likes him and she wants him to want her. So she's over here like, I need a pedicure. Like, did she really think that Eddie was going to be like, oh, her finger looks really, 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 let me put a ring on that finger. Like, what the fudge? You know, what an idiot. Someone should tell Jane that once someone starts extorting from you, it will never stop. Yes. I don't know, she probably thought like, you know, well, he wants money here, bye, you know. Chapter 15. We're at the neighborhood beautification meeting, but this time it's at Eddie's house, okay, where Jane is. And Jane knows that the only reason the girls were there was to see how the house was, like after Bea, you know, or B. I keep saying Bea. I feel like they're being like nosy, like, oh my god, she used to live here and now another woman lives here. Like, what does the inside of the house look like, you know? So after they leave, Eddie arrives and notices that Jane is on her computer, and he sees like a UCLA screen on her computer. She then mentions that she is looking into grad school, and he does not like that. She didn't even graduate high school, so she's doing this for attention, okay? She's trying to get a reaction out of him, which I think is like really like, I don't know, she's a trip, okay? It's kind of creepy. So anyway, he seems to get flustered and leaves the room, only to come back with a velvet box in his hand. He then proposes to her right then and there. So Jane definitely got what she wanted, but what are Eddie's intentions? Like, why? It just seems like everything's moving too fast. But at the end of this, it doesn't matter because she got what she wanted. He proposes to her, and he was like, I was supposed to take you out to dinner. I got this weeks ago, but you know what? Like, I guess. Because he sees that she's wanting to move away, right? And I feel like he gets like this sense of like, I don't know what word I would use. He just kind of like, fuck, does she really like me? Like, why is she trying to leave? You know? And he's like, you know what? I'm going to put a ring on it. She is such a narcissist as well as Eddie. I don't feel bad for either of them. They deserve each other. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Okay, chapter 16. We are at this bridal shop in chapter 16. Jane is very happy as she leaves the shop, and then she hears Emily's voice, which, by the way, is super annoying in the audiobook, like if you're hearing it. Emily finds out the big news, and secretly Jane wants Emily to tell everybody because, you know, it's Jane. But she wants Emily to tell everybody, but she's like super like subtle about it, right? Let's see. Okay, she asks Jane about her big emerald ring. So Emily's like, oh my god, your ring's so big, like that's crazy. And Jane's like, yeah, I like big rings like this. And then she mentions that Eddie had always had great taste in jewelry, which implies that he would buy beautiful jewelry in the past, which is a kind of awkward conversation to bring up when, you know, like, why would you say that to someone who just got engaged? Like, hey, your fiance, he has good taste in jewelry because he used to buy his ex-wife, who may be dead, or yeah, who's dead, like cool jewelry, you know? Like, what the these girls are dumb. Anyway, Jane quickly changes the subject, and they both talk about future wedding plans. Okay, on the way home, Jane goes to Whole Foods to pick up some groceries and runs into Trip. Okay, remember Blanche's widowed husband? He questions her about her relationship with Eddie in a rude way. Okay, then he starts to basically talk shit about Eddie, saying that he didn't know what the deal was with him. He says Like, I don't know why all these women like him. He must have a really big dick or something. Like, he literally says that, okay? He uses another word, though. So he's being rude. He's being rude to Jane. And she's just like, bro, I'm trying to get some fucking lettuce. Like, leave me alone. She's like, God, man, like, why do I have to run into these idiots? Well, that's what I would think, okay? I'm not saying she was thinking this or she was getting lettuce, but I'm just like, if I'm at Whole Foods trying to get organic lettuce and some dude comes up to me, he's like, I don't know what the big deal about your fiance is. He must have a really big dick. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what the fuck? Where'd that come from? Like, jealous much? Shit. Anyway, so Jane thinks he's drunk. He then tells her, quote, hope you don't like boats. Women have bad luck around Eddie Rochester and boats, unquote. Jane starts to question herself about Eddie after that conversation, okay? Jane tells Eddie that she ran into Tripp and that he told her that she is marrying Eddie for the money, and Eddie makes a joke and says that she should have told him it was for the sex. Let's see. This is such a good book. I'm really enjoying listening to it. Awesome. I bet that ring he gave her was bees. That's what I was thinking. Like, when Emily was asking Jane about the ring, I thought she was gonna be like, I think I've seen that before, you know? But I was like, that would have been so much better, right? Like, hold on, that ring looks familiar. I think B had one just like it, you know? Let's see. So if every book has a protagonist that we should feel a connection to, who is it in this? We have narcissists and kooks, right? I thought the same thing when he came back and gave it to her. He said he must have a 12-inch rooster. I just about died when I read it. Girl, I was like, damn, Tripp has no... He must have been super drunk. I mean, because he had a 12-pack of beer in his hand, right? Like, who buys beer at Whole Foods? Like, do they even sell beer at Whole Foods? Like, what kind of... I don't know, okay? It's crazy. This book, I love it because it's like a thriller, but it has some comedy in it, you know? All right, chapter 17. Jane is outside with Eddie and they're barbecuing, and she gets a memory of a time she was on the floor crying and looking up at a Mr. Brock. Okay, so who is this person from? Like, who is this person? And I know he's from Phoenix, okay? We know he's from Phoenix, but why does she fear this person so much? So this is the first time we get an insight into her past life. So she gets like this flashback, right? Because she sees a barbecue pit. So then Jane tells Eddie, like she back to her not having a flashback. Jane tells Eddie that they should elope, which is kind of like, why would you say that? Like, damn, you seem so desperate, but okay. He tells her that he would do it. She just laughs and leaves it at that, okay? She goes inside the house and a noise is coming from above her, okay, like upstairs. And guys, I thought she had heard B. Okay, her heart sinks and remembers, I believe what she references is an Edgar Allan Poe story called The Telltale Heart, right? She senses fear and even conjures up B. So she, like, I don't know, have you guys ever heard of The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe? It's about a guy who murders someone and hides them under the floorboards, and there's like, the guy can still hear his heartbeat through the floorboards, but he's dead. It's just really weird. It's a weird story, okay? So she gets like the heebie-jeebies, right? Like when I read that, I was like, bitch, that's a red flag. Like, if you're feeling weird, like, why? Okay, anyway. Let's see. So the sound ended up coming from the front of the house, okay? Which, when I'm reading this, I'm like, did it though? Or did she really hear B upstairs, right? What's up? Yes. Okay, let's see. So it was a cop at the front door knocking on the door. It was a detective, Laurent. Okay, she wanted to talk to Eddie and ask more questions about his dead wife, B. Okay, so she's like, oh my God, like, why is there a cop here? If you hear Luna, she's like, she's scratching her ear. Get her little bell. Tripp has no filter. I think he was an old old foster dad of hers. Yes, so later on we do find out that, but she doesn't say his name though. Like, she doesn't say that Mr. Brock was it. Let me see. Yeah, she doesn't say who Mr. Brock is, but she does mention her foster parents later on in the next few chapters, right? But we don't know if it's the same person yet, right? She is so desperate to get his money. Yeah, okay. So chapter 18. This is where we get B's point of view. Okay, so we're back at B. She's telling us this I guess it's a memory. Okay, we go into a memory of B's, where B, Blanche, Eddie, and Trip are all going out to dinner. In this whole chapter, we find out that the Rochesters don't even like the Ingrams. Okay, so B and Eddie don't like Blanche and Trip. Like, you can totally tell in this chapter that they're just like, ugh, fucking annoying people, right? So they're all at dinner. Let's see. She doesn't seem to like Blanche at all. Okay, Blanche is a terrible person, guys. She always wants what what the fuck? Blanche always wants what B has. So she starts talking about like, oh yeah, like the inside of your house is so nice. We're gonna fix it too. And Trip's like, what the fuck? We never talked about this. And she's like, well, I did talk to you about this, but you forgot. And then she's like, can I hire you guys, or to like fix my house, like your guys' house, like because Blanche seems like she's like jealous, right, of what B has. Anyway, so B learns that her best friend's motives are not good at all, and she wants to get closer to her husband Eddie. So at the end of that memory, or I don't know if it was a memory or whatever, she says that she walks outside. Trip is drunk in the car, and she sees Eddie looking down at Blanche like Eddie used to look at her when he was all lovey-dovey, right? So she's like, this bitch don't want him to fix her house. She wants him to be close to her because she wants my man, right? So, yeah. Let's see. And then, okay, let me see. Where am I at? Okay, then it jumps back to B being locked up in the safe room, right? And she finally breaks through to Eddie, because remember, Eddie just goes in and he like gives her food or something and then walks out, right? Well, the way that she broke into his mind and made him stay longer was because she was like, hey, isn't that the shirt that I gave you? Like, it looks so good. And I was like, really? And I guess he kind of like starts conversating with her, and he stays there longer, right? He leaves and then he comes back and he stays longer. Let's see. He stayed with her for an hour. She starts to talk to him about their past. She says she now knows how to get out of the room, and we all know what that means. She means like she can play mind games with him, right? So she's figuring that if she plays mind games with Eddie, she'll be able to leave, like escape or some shit, right? Because it seems like he still cares about her, like how he was talking to her. He was just listening, and he sat next to her like, what the fuck are you doing, right? And she's like, why am I still here? Like, if he really wanted me dead, he would have killed me like he killed Blanche, right? And then it goes back in time to when she met Eddie on her vacation, okay, which is kind of boring. Like, she's just at the beach, and he's like, hey girl, and she's like, what's up? And then he was like, oh, so you're working at the beach? And she's like, yeah, flirt, 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 exchange numbers, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Chapter 18. Let me read the comments. Naomi says, money and big pecker. I don't care. That's way too many flags for me. I would have been out. Toodaloo. Catherine says, yes, exactly. There definitely is a lot of red flags. And Naomi says, but Blanche isn't mentioning that they are having money problems. Yes, so Blanche doesn't tell B like up front or anything like, hey, we have money problems, but B knows already. Like, she knows that Blanche has money problems. She's just not gonna bring it up, She's like a no drama person, I guess. B seems like a nice person, right? Okay, chapter 18, Jane's perspective. So the detective talks to Eddie privately, and then when the detective leaves, Eddie tells Jane that they found Blanche's body, and that she was hit on the head. So, like, yeah, that's crazy, okay? Jane asks Eddie if they think he's a suspect, and he said no. He then apologizes to Jane because he doesn't want her involved in the case, but Jane's over here, like, freaking out because they don't want the detectives to look into her past. Like, what is it about her past that she's so scared of that she does not want the detectives or cops to know about? That's what I want to know, right? So anyway, who would want to kill Blanche and B and why? Right? That's what she's asking herself. And why was Eddie so calm about everything? She notices that Eddie's like, oh, they found her body. Oh shit, that sucks. Well, okay, well, I'll let you know if I find anything. Okay, bye. Like, he's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, no one in their right mind who isn't like, how would you say? Anyone who isn't guilty, they wouldn't act like that, you know? No matter how long it's been. Like if someone just said, "Hey, I know your wife died with this girl. We found this girl's body, so your wife might have been murdered too." Okay, we're this is a homicide now. So just so you know, your wife might have been killed too. And he's like, "All right, let me know what happens." Like what the fuck? Anyway, Eddie tells Jane to focus on the wedding and not the case. Okay, that's another red flag. Again, it's weird. Okay. Jane tells Eddie that she doesn't like the police, and when Eddie asks why, Jane tells him that she lived with a foster family back in Arizona. When she was 16, they thought that she stole stuff from them, so they called the cops on her, which she was stealing shit from them, right? And then the cop who took her to the station was a friend of her stepdad's, and she was scared. But she isn't telling the real story. So what is a real story? And we don't find out in these 10 chapters that we read, okay? So I am getting tired of not knowing what the hell Jane's story is or whatever her real name is. It's getting annoying. Okay, that's one thing I don't like. I'm like, come on. Chapter 19. All the ladies start bringing casseroles to Eddie's house because they're sad that they found Blanche's body. They bring food. Emily and Campbell start talking to Jane and ask her questions. Jane asks them how they're doing because she notices the women are sad. And then like they leave, and then John calls. Remember the creep, John the creep? He calls he calls Jane, and he's like, "Hey, so that detective called again, and I was wondering if you can give me a new sound system for the church, and I won't have to talk to this detective, So he's blackmailing her, and she's like, fuck. She's like, okay, fine. So she says she's gonna buy him the sound system for the church, and then she hangs up on him. Okay, so John seems to be coming up a lot in this story. Why? I thought he was gonna be like a side person. Before we get to chapter 20, let's see. Robert, hi. Naomi says, those ladies don't cook. They are just bringing food to find out the gossip. Yes. So they brought casseroles, and she noticed that they brought food from like places that make it look like you cook, but you didn't. So yeah, they do want to gossip. Chapter 20. So this is where it gets like super fucking weird, okay? Eddie invites Jane to the lake house. What lake house, you're asking? The lake house where his wife presumably died, okay? And Jane's kind of like, why would he ask me to go to the lake house? Like, what? Why would you even want to go back there, right? So Jane is like really confused. So they get to the house, and she starts thinking about like how B used to be there and how she's just gone now. And then she starts talking to Eddie about like, I guess how he feels or something, and I forgot, like, I seriously don't remember the end of chapter 20. It was like it kind of made it seem like he didn't give a shit, that he was back there. I don't know, what do you guys think? I know I read chapter 20, I just didn't write anything down, and I think it was because I thought like I could talk about chapter 20, but now I'm like at a blank. So anyone help me right now, please? Let's interact. Okay, let's see. Naomi said, nope, nope, nope. I wouldn't go, and I definitely wouldn't be getting on no damn boat with that man. Yes. So I'm trying to remember what he was telling her, because she's already seeing like this side of him that she's kind of like afraid of, I guess you would say, right? Like he's acting like he doesn't care. And again, why the hell would he take her there? Like, why would he take her there? Like, hey, you want to see my house? Oh, and then start talking about the interior of the house, like how it's decorated. And she notices that it's kind of like bachelor like. And then he's like, yeah, B bought me this place, and which is weird too. Okay, my ex-wife who died, presumably died. She bought me this place, and she like fixed it up to the way that she thinks I would like it. So that's why it's like a man cave-ish cabin. Okay, and like what? The story. I would not go out into the boonies with him. She really doesn't know him. I read it but don't remember. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Um, Joanna says Eddie made the comment about one bad memory shouldn't ruin things forever or something like that, making her think for a second that he was there when Blanche and B died. Oh shit! I'm gonna have to reread that then. Let me go. Let me go to chapter 20. Where's chapter 20 at? Oh, damn. I don't ever realize how many pages I read until I look at the book because I'm listening to this. Oh, okay. Another thing. The code for the door to get into the house is B's birthday. Like, he hasn't even changed that shit. And he tells Jane, like, oh, yeah, it's 6/12/85, which is B's birthday. Like, what? Why wouldn't you change that? Or what? You know, like, I feel like he's doing it because he's getting off on this, guys. Like, I feel like this is turning him on, that he's having his new whatever boo thing, like, kind of, I don't know. I feel like she's a puppy and he's like a foster parent, you know? Naomi says she kind of freezes in the cabin, and he tells her to settle herself in as he is telling her trees are under the water and some parts are 60 to 80 feet deep. It's also very quiet there. Jane realizes, oh yeah, so he's saying like there's a whole forest underneath the water, right, or something like that. And she's just like, no wonder the bodies didn't come up, because they got tangled up in the branches, right? And all of a sudden, like, Blanche's body floated up, and you know, so she's like, oh, this is kind of weird, which I would feel weird too. Like, what, like, what? Why couldn't you take me to another cabin somewhere else? Like, why does it have to be this one? Like, why wouldn't you even sell this place for one? And then for him to still have the code be B's birthday, and you're telling your new boo thing to put that in to the, you know? Like, what? It's fucking nuts, dude. I don't know. Yeah, he says, this place was B's wedding present to me, so she let me decorate. Which means I said yes to everything she picked out. Let's see. Then he says, I worked on sailboats when I was younger up north, charter boats in Bar Harbor, that kind of thing. He says, nodding at the seascape over the fireplace, I guess B wanted to remind me of it, because you liked it or because you hated it. She asked him. The question is out before I realize what a stupid thing it is to ask how much it reveals. Let's see what else. I think she asked something stupid, and you know, she feels bad for asking whatever question it is. Not even really that important. She says, it's really quiet out here, and he nods, looking out the back door toward the water. And then he says, that's why we picked it. And then he realizes a long, deep breath and says, it made me crazy after B. Okay, so I'm reading this section, okay? I look up startled. I hadn't expected him to voluntarily mention her after my fuck up earlier. The quiet, he goes on, thinking about that night and how quiet it would have been, how dark. He keeps his eyes trained on the water. It's deep out there, you know, the deepest lake in Alabama. I hadn't known that, and I don't say anything. I'm not even sure if he's talking to me, to be honest. It's almost like he's talking to himself, staring out at the lake. They flooded a forest to make it, he goes on. So there are trees under the water, tall ones, 60 feet high in some places. A whole fucking forest under the water. That's why they thought they never found her. They thought she was somewhere in the trees. The image seeps into my mind. B. Her skin, white, her body tangled in the branches of an underwater forest. And it's so awful, I actually shake my head a little. I'd wondered why it had been so hard to find the bodies, and now that I knew, I wish I didn't. I wish we'd never come here. A muscle works in his jaw. Anyway, I'm sorry, I say, rubbing his lower back. If this is too much, no, he says, then takes a sip of his wine. No, it's firmer this time. I love this place, and she loved this place, and one bad memory can't taint it forever. I want to point out that it's more than a bad memory. It's the death of his wife, the death of a close friend, but then what he's actually said crystallizes in my mind, sucking the breath out of my lungs. One bad memory? Eddie wasn't here that night. He can't remember it. Okay, no, I'm being stupid. It was a simple turn of phrase. He doesn't mean it like a literal memory, just that thinking about what happened here is like a bad memory, right? But my voice is still brittle when I ask, have you been here since it happened? He takes a moment before answering me. Once. It's all he says, that one word, and then he turns away. Let's go out to eat tonight, he says. There's a great restaurant on the other side of the lake. And then he's moving past me into the bedroom, leaving me there in the silence, watching the sun over the water. And that is the end of chapter 20. I didn't mean to read that whole section, but it was just very interesting. I love how this book, the direction this book's taking. Is he testing her, trying to see if he can rattle her? That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like he does love her, but at the same time, he's like messing with her because he knows that he has her at the palm of his hand, you know? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if later he was like, yeah, I killed Blanche, you know? Like that, like what the, but you know, the thing is what if Eddie didn't even kill Blanche? What if B is the one who killed Blanche? And for some reason, Eddie decided to lock her up because she's a danger to everybody. Think about that. Because, like, it's just really weird. I don't know. It's just really, like, for real, think about it. Why would he lock his wife upstairs or up or wherever she's at, okay, in the safe room, and not kill her when he killed Blanche? You get what I'm saying? What if B killed Blanche and he was like, oh shit, this bitch is crazy, but I don't know what to do with her. So like he just threw her up there. Okay, like seriously, what if he's like the good guy in this and B's the fucking evil one? Ooh. Let's see. He really likes to quickly change the subject to get her mind to go somewhere else. Or maybe that's what the narrator wants us to think. Eddie creeps me out. She needs to run far away. Joanna says, ooh, I never thought of that, Ruby. Maybe you're onto something. I'm telling you, like, even she says, like, why? But I think she's crazy because she was like, why wouldn't he kill me? Why would he just trap me up here? And the reason that I think she's crazy, like psychotic in some way, is because of the way that she's describing him going up to her room, and she's just talking about his fucking shirt. Like, I get it. Like, I've heard of stories, like, through, like, my true crime stories about how some people who are held captive are nice to their, what are they called? Fuck. They're nice to the captor because they want to form a relationship of trust so that they can later escape. I understand that, but the thing is that she, like, starts telling him about how they were, like, always having sex when they were on their honeymoon or something, or like she starts talking about stuff that you wouldn't think you would talk about to someone if you wanted them to trust you. Like, I sure as hell wouldn't be talking like, hey, remember that one time we boned? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Catherine says, exactly, maybe he didn't kill anyone. He definitely is testing her, though. Yes, he is. I said though at the end because I know that's what you meant. Naomi says, that is very true. I didn't think about that. Maybe she is blacking out where she killed Blanche thinking it was Eddie. Guys, this story's getting so good. Okay, so let's see where we are at. Okay, so that's 16. Gosh, we've read so much already, right? 10 chapters is actually a lot. Okay, so no, we read 20 already. Okay, so we are at 21. Look how much we've read, guys. It's a lot. I mean, at least to me, that's a lot. Oh, by the way, I did my nails. Yay, finally. Okay. So if we read another one, yeah, if we read another 10 chapters, let's see, where will we be at? Let's see, 8. Sorry, guys. God damn, the chapters how long as shit. Oh my god, really? Okay, 29. Oh my god, 30. Oh no, if we read, okay, so if we read, like, this is how much, this is too much. That's too much, guys. Look at this. That's way too much. Because then we'll only have like a couple chapters left and we'll be finished. So what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to read, this is 10 chapters right here. This is 10 chapters. Do you guys want to read 10 chapters or do you want to read 5 chapters to make this book last? Or do you want to read 6 chapters? Let me know what you guys want to do. Because it does seem like it's a lot. Naomi says, I would be like, hey, you remember when you tossed me up here in this room and left me here? Remember that one time you pretended like nothing was happening? You just came in here, like you walked in and then walked out like nothing? Yeah, that's happening. That's funny. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to do. What if we finish part 2? Part 2? Let me see. Let me see what you're talking about. Roman numerals. Jesus. Okay, what page number would that be? Do you guys know? How many chapters are left? We could read half of what's left. Okay, so if we read up to chapter 30. Oh, I just saw something I shouldn't have seen, but it's fine. I'm not gonna, thank God I didn't show it on here. Okay, so that's 30. Okay, let's see. Let me just mark this real quick so that I know where I'm at. Use a bag of drills. So it would be chapter 31 to 38 because 38 is the last chapter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3. So yeah, like 8 chapters. That's it. 8 chapters will be left after the 10 that we read. So 18 chapters total, right? 18 chapters. Yeah, so 9 chapters? You want to read 9 chapters? I mean, the Krusty Krab pizza is a pizza for you and me. If you divide it, it would be 9 chapters, yes. Okay, so we will read 9 chapters. Okay. Oh, God. You know what that means? That means that we only have 2 more Tuesday, like 2 more book club Tuesdays. You guys, give me a second real quick, okay? Yes. Okay. It was the guys that are here fixing the toilet. They just knocked on the door because they were finished. Okay, I'm back, so I didn't get any spoilers since I'm behind. Melly, I would have thought you would have already read like the whole book. Sounds good. Yeah, okay, so 9 chapters. We're reading 9 chapters. Yeah, so I don't put like spoilers. Like I don't put The Wife Upstairs chapters 11 through 20 spoilers because like it's common sense. You know what I'm saying? So not towards you guys, but like anyone else who just happens to like see this my channel and see that. Like if anyone ever comes on here is like, "Oh my god, why are you giving away spoilers?" This is chapters 11 through 20 discussion. Like what? No, I know I've been bad. Yeah, like you're like, weren't you like on the second book of the restaurant? Like when we were on the first one? Apparently I suck at reading Roman numerals. Should have been finished part 7. Yeah, I was like, when you said 2, I was like, wait. That's why I was like, wait, Roman numerals. I hate this shit. Like, wait, no, because part 2 would have been way behind. We need to pick the next book. What? Okay, let me see. Let me see if I have any right here. I'm so excited. Okay. Okay, I have these 2. Let me go get the other ones real quick. Okay, so I'm going to give you, this time I'm going to give you from 4 or 5 books to choose from, okay? Again, they're all like thriller, mystery. Yes. You want me to show you guys? Let me know in the comments. Let me know, let me know, let me know. That's Aaliyah, by the way. Yeah, so agreed, okay. Anyone else? Anyone else want to see? Want to see? Yes, you want to see? I want to see Joanna and Melly saying yes. Melly said yes twice. Catherine says yes. Yeah, because we only have 2 more Tuesdays and we're done with this book, y'all, okay? Yes. Melly says yes again. Your yes doesn't count anymore. I'm just kidding. You're like, fine. Ugh. Melly said yes like 4 times. Yes, I didn't wait for you to come back for nothing. Please, yes. Okay, so we have No Exit by Taylor Adams. And this book's a little dirty. I don't know why. Okay. 13 hours, 4 strangers, 1 missing child, no exit. She knows her odds. She'll fight anyway. Now, if you guys want me to read the inside, let me know. Wait, hold on, right here. If you want me to read this, let me know. Okay? If not, then I'm just moving on. I'm just going to show you the books real quick. And if you want me to read what it's about, then I will do that after I show you all the books. Okay? Next one. Pretty Little Wife by Darby Kane. There's more than one way to end a marriage. Oh, okay, look at that. It's another wife one. Okay, the next one. This one is called The Girl in 6E. Do Not Disturb. It's dark, edgy, and thrilling, okay? It says in the back, my life is simple as long as I follow the rules. 1, don't leave the apartment. 2, never let anyone in. And 3, don't kill anyone. I've obeyed these rules for 3 years, but rules were made to be broken. Ooh. That already sounds good. I'm open to whatever. Yeah, this one I've been wanting to read for a while. I haven't read it, but I heard really good things about this book. Okay. You could do a poll where we can look it up and vote like last time. Okay. Then we have A Good Marriage by Kimberly McCreight. Okay. This one doesn't have like a little message thing like it usually does. So, sorry about that, guys. So yeah, A Good Marriage. Another one. Good Marriage, whatever. And then the last one is this a thriller? Hold on, guys. Let me see what genre this is. Okay, whatever. This one's called Girl A by Abigail Dean. Okay. Let's see. Yep, all different authors. So these are gonna be the next book we're gonna read. One of these, okay? I like that idea, Naomi. Okay, so after this live, I'm gonna put a poll on my community tab on YouTube. I'm like, what is it called? And then y'all can vote for whatever book you want. Me personally, I want to read this one. Because I know what it's about. I haven't read it, but I know what it's about. And it's like, oh, what? Okay? All right, guys. I am going to be on for 9 more minutes. And then I will let you guys go. And I got to record some videos today. I got some diamond dots. I got some deck. And I got a do-it-yourself digital art video I got to upload sometime. I've been slacking. Slack-a-lacking. I meant poll, not poll. I know what you meant. I'm going to be taping it outside on the polls. Like, okay, pick one. How far are we reading? I just joined the chat. Okay, so we are reading 8 chapters. Or no, wait. 9 chapters, sorry. We're reading 9 chapters. So chapters 21 to 29. Yeah. I'm gonna like, do the math. Yeah, so hello, Ellen. I hope you're doing good today. It's actually been really fun, guys. I really like doing this. It gets me reading because I have so many books, but I don't read. Like, it's so stupid. I don't have time to read, or that's why I always but it's so dumb because I buy the audiobook and the book. I have to have both. Thanks. Okay, so how's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing today? Okay, so we all agree that Eddie seems like a douche, and Jane is an idiot, and B is mysterious. Right? I'm so mean. I'm like, Jane's dumb. She's dumb, right? Right? Am I right? No one likes Jane. Jane is awful. She sucks. Like, the first thing I said was like, she deserves what's coming to her. I'm getting 50 Shades of Grey vibes from this book. In a sense. Just a little bit. Like, the mysterious part. You know. Kind of crazy. I'm really enjoying the book club. It has got me back into reading. I'm doing a lot better since my headache went away. Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm glad your headache is going away. I hate migraines and headaches. They're the worst. I appreciate the kick in the pants to read more, too. Yes, it's fun. It gets your mind off of things. And, you know, you don't always have to craft. You can read. You can, I don't know. I'm going to say work out, but I don't work out. There's a lot of things, but you know what? We're reading, okay? I don't think I would ever do like a workout thing on my YouTube channel. Like, how weird would that be? I'd be cussing like every 5 seconds. All right, lift your leg up. All right. What the fuck is this? Why did I step on that? I can't do it. From what everyone said about the audiobook and the voices, I'm glad I didn't go that route. Oh my god, it's because it's so annoying. I wish I could show you a clip of how the narrator speaks when she's talking as Eddie or Emily or even Blanche and what's the other girl's name? She's very dramatic. Like, and she tries to do this accent. Like, oh my god. Like, what the can you just say, oh my god? Like, why do you have to say that like that? Like, she drags everything, every word. How are you, sweetie? And I'm like, ugh. Like, this is not, it's not making me want to listen to the book. But, alright, guys, I'm going to let you go. The baby's actually napping, which is a miracle. So I'm going to go get pregnant on The Sims. And I will see you guys in the next video, which Friday night is not guaranteed. Okay, I may be able to, I may not. It just depends on the kids and how they're acting. Because Jonathan and Anthony are outside right now, playing outside, having a good old time, and the baby's napping. So time to get pregnant on The Sims. I would be like, okay, ladies, let's do jumping jacks. One jumping jack later, I would be on the floor saying, go on without me. I can't see the light. I'm like, all right, we did it. 5 jumping jacks. All right, bye guys. See you in the next video. She makes them sound more stupid than they already are. Sandra. Right? For real. She really does. You're just like, okay, all right. Well, I want to know who the narrator is for the audiobook, because I never want to buy a book where she's in the narrator. All right, guys, it was nice hanging out with y'all. I will see you guys in the next Friday or Tuesday. The next Tuesday. All right, remember, 9 chapters. Chapters 21 to 29. Right? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Bye, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you, Catherine. You too. Have a great night, good morning, and good night. I sound like the Truman Show. Thanks, Ruby. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, everyone. Bye, guys. Bye.